It's Monday.
What up, friends?
And we're back. So,
yes.
Monday, and I want y'all to know this is the last week of June. Like next week it'll be July.
God,
I don't know where the month went. I don't know.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. This whole summer is going way too fast.
It is, and like I don't understand personally. Well, I know what's wrong with my life. It's obviously that's why everything goes really, really fast. But I'm like, okay.
What's wrong with my life?
Yeah, no, that's what it is. She's busy. Krista. But tonight we are watching episode 8 with Beth. Bring her in.
The Last of Us expert herself, Doman.
Yes. Yeah, Beth is running this show tonight.
I'll sit down here and
Beth is
No.
You ask her all the questions.
a wild roof mistress has appeared. And in a Rosa. Look at that.
My friend.
Leia. I miss Leia.
Yes.
I miss her.
So what have you been up to, Beth? I mean, I know what you've been up to, but tell the folks what you've been up to.
Yes.
Oh God, that's such a loaded question. No, I have been playing a lot of video games on Twitch, and I've been hanging out on Sunday nights with the Way of the Leaf folks over at the Way of the Leaf.
Yeah, we got to hang out last night.
Yeah, we got to hang out last night for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing a heck of a lot of the Third Age virtual board game that was made by James from the YouTube channel What Up, Wheel Up Time, and he is amazing. The game is amazing. I actually qualified for their Feast of the Lights Invitational.
Yeah, that's their logo.
That's their so yeah, gonna be playing with some really amazing, awesome people. Tom, I introduced to this game about 3 weeks ago, and he has taken it by storm.
It's so
much
fun.
To become like a beast with this game.
I beat Bob and I beat James. Like we play. It was the three of us, Bob and James, and I beat them by like 30 points. It was amazing. So
I love that you guys get to do all this stuff together. But I'm also so glad that Beth has become such a staple in the fandom, because she absolutely should be.
Absolutely, I love that.
And I love that she is here, and she's like, this is me. Y'all should follow me. Because
hold on. I got to get hipster. I got to get hipster about Beth. Okay. All right. I'm going to get hipster about Beth. Okay. So, well, first off, I shared the link to the Third Age Discord in chat. So that has all the information on how you join, where it is, how to play. All the people in there are fantastic. Except for Robin. Watch out for that guy. Light blinded fool. You got to watch out for him, man. He's the worst. No, I'm joking. I love him. But no, I got to get hipster on Beth. I saw Beth when she was posting. She had her original TikTok account, and she was posting like a video every day for like the year that she's gonna be, because she's gonna be 50 this year, which I would never have guessed in 1,000 years.
No, I said that is what's
30s. I would still be guessing 30s if you.
I love you.
You can absolutely lie and say 30s. But then I was like, oh, it's a Wheel of Time and video games. I was like, this person's pretty cool. And then she was coming to JordanCon, so I was like, oh, cool, I get to meet this person, yay! And then we talked for like what, 15 minutes, and we were like, we're best friends now. That's pretty much what happened.
My brother from another mother.
Yeah, it's my sister from another mister. I watched Pitch Perfect today because I said that to somebody, and then I had to watch it.
I think I met Beth because we were on a panel at JordanCon together 2 years ago, right? We were on a panel with James.
We were.
And that's where we met, and I was like, I like her.
I was a little in awe of meeting so many awesome people when I went to JordanCon for the first time. But, because as I've shared many times, I have been reading The Wheel of Time since I was 17 years old. In 1991, I was a senior in high school when I picked up the first book. And those people were my best friends. Those book characters I had a lot going on, very tumultuous teen life, parents in the midst, my dad and stepmom in the midst of a messy divorce, relocated from Connecticut to South Carolina this summer.
Oh, that's a big change.
In high school. Yeah, it was.
That is a big culture shock.
It was hard, and I didn't really have friends in my new place, and picked up that book, and that just became like my sanctuary, my safe space for that time of my life. And you know, we've had our breakup moments. Wheel of Time and I've had breakup moments for sure, but we always reconcile, and I always come back to it. And when I, you know, found out that there was like a thriving fandom just before the show came out, I was like, I have to get involved in this. And so at first I was like super nervous and like, I'm new, but this community is so kind and so welcoming, and just so accepting of people. If you are an accepting person, you will be accepted by this.
Exactly.
Yes.
No matter
exactly
what walk of life you come from, what socioeconomic background you come
Oh yeah, none of that matters.
what nationality, whatever, we do not care. Just
be
you,
a deep
be
human.
genuine, and be a good person in general. And everybody's flawed, and everybody has their issues, but you know, we're all human, and that's what the nationalities that came together in the Wheel of Time were very similar to that. And anyway, so I love it.
Yeah, me too. It's been like, honestly, I would say I'm a part of a lot of different communities, and I've said this probably a dozen times before, but the Wheel of Time is probably and I want to preface this with saying, because I know sometimes you say stuff like this and people then get uncomfortable saying like, oh, I've had a negative experience. No. There are bad people in the Wheel of Time community.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, all you got to go do is look at the comment section on anything about the TV show.
Facts.
But out of all of the communities that I've been a part of, I think the Wheel of Time community is the most welcoming, least gatekeepery of all of the communities. And also the best to self-police. Like, a lot.
Oh yeah, no, we'll go after people that aren't.
I've seen people just like I've seen people post on Twitter, like before Twitter was the hellscape that it was now. When people started posting about the TV show and they were like, "Oh, you're not a true fan if you're like the show," and then all of a sudden, just like Twitter of Time is like, "Get the hell out of here! We don't want you, and you're not one of us." Because
exactly.
we're excited about getting new people into the show. Like, it's like, not for nothing, I've been talking to some of these people for 20 years. Like, let's have some new blood in the Wheel of Time community, man. I'm excited.
I mean, there's nothing to theorize about anymore, right? With the books, like, we know what happened.
Yeah.
And it's great for new reader to meet a new reader, but then at the same time, you're just kind of sitting there waiting for them to get to the part so you can ask them what they thought.
My daughter watched the show independently. She didn't watch it with me. She watched it on her own, and she loved it. And she's 22, and she's like a huge fan of like the Rivendell. What was that show called? Riverdale. Riverdale, and you know, like I don't know, all of these like teenish kind of dramas, and there was enough teenish drama in it for her. And she loved the magic system. She loved Moraine, and I remember when she finished episode 8, she was like, when is this next season coming out? And I was like,
we don't know.
And that was like a year ago. I was like, so I'm actually going to, and I tried to get her to read the book. She's just not a really big reader. I did get her book 1. She read the first 12 or 13 chapters, and I'm hoping maybe this might reinvigorate her to want to dive back into them again. But we're actually gonna do Twitch lets you live stream Prime Video content on air. So like watching the show live, not just like what we're gonna do tonight, but like I can have it on my screen. And so I am going to live stream season 1 with Becca, and we're gonna rewatch it together. We're gonna do 2 episodes a night for 4 weeks after WatCon's over and we get back. We're going to do it, and then it's going to lead up to season 2, and we're going to live watch on Thursday nights. That's like instead of my gaming stream, we're going to watch the show live, and then I'll take that and I'll be able to edit it and put it on YouTube as a reaction video after the fact. Yay. So I love the fact that I get to be able to watch it with my daughter and do something with my, you know, and I'm hoping maybe I can drag my mom in too, which would be cool. Cause my mother lives with me full time. So if we had like a 3-generation, like picture 3 people sitting here watching, that would be, and we'll see. We'll see. Definitely my daughter, maybe my mother. We'll see.
That's awesome.
Anyway. Yeah.
So before we watched the show, a couple of weeks ago, actually, no, Queers of Time was on when we gave it away. I was going to say, I think you might have been on when we gave it away.
Yes.
Last time,
No,
so
I was not.
we announced the giveaway for issues 3 and 4 of the Eye of the World graphic novel. So that's issue 3 and
yeah, that's 3. I could have told you, Tom. You didn't have to look, and that's 4.
I was like, my camera's right in the center of my screen.
I know. That's why it was cute. We could see your little head peeking around the corner.
So we were giving away those. It was a contest that we were starting because Beth and I were starting our Sunday streams. So Beth and I stream together on Sundays over on Twitch, and I think and I stream on YouTube too. But Beth is a affiliate at Twitch now. So
but I'm moving over to YouTube. I'm going to start doing some content because YouTube lowered their requirements.
Threshold,
So I'm going to start doing some more live streams on YouTube here. So the people who aren't Twitch folks, don't worry, I'm coming back to YouTube a few times a week. So anyway.
But the contest was, if you're following both Beth and I, Dragon Mount, both Beth and Dragon Mount.
You are Dragon Mount, Tom. No, go ahead.
Yeah, right. No. I strike that from the record. I don't support that statement, Jason. But if you're following both of us, you will automatically enter into a chance to win the Eye of the World issues 3 and 4. The person who won a couple of weeks ago never responded to me when I messaged them. I reached out like 6 or 7 times. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I was like, I said, hey, if you don't respond by this date, I'm gonna give it away again. So more on the upside, more people had a chance to follow us and stuff. So now we have more people to possibly win the prize.
Give it away, give it away, give it away. Give it away, give it away.
Without further ado, let me bring up, I'm going to go solo for, oh no, that's
just
not
me.
That's
perfectly fine because Ebony, you are glorious.
I'll stare at you all night. No, let's go back. I have to put myself on the left. It's solos, whoever's is on the left. So let me do that. There we go.
Okay, there we go.
So I will bring up our Wheel of Names instead of the Wheel of Time. Oh, I maximized the screen. Sorry, let me fix that. I keep forgetting that it takes the actual size of the screen and not just the whatchamacallit, the size like that you put it in there as. And my one screen is bigger than the screen that I had it on originally. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there are the Wheel of Names, and in true accordance with the Wheel of Time, the wheel will weave as the wheel wills, and we will see who wins. So good luck to everybody. If anyone is watching who is available here, I know Aros is in there, a couple other people. Here we go. Da 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 da. Boop. You can't hear the little sound that it plays. And Iris Bear.
We love Iris Bear. I adore Iris Bear so much. That's is amazing.
So that means, I'm guessing, you interact with them a bunch over on their thing. They're active.
They're active, very active on Discord. So I can definitely communicate.
So we can communicate with them if they want.
We're active on Discord.
Yes, there's a Discord out there.
Yes,
we're active. And sometimes we go tanning, and sometimes we play drinking games. But whatever it is. So congratulations, Iris Bear. If you're watching, we will be in contact with you shortly and get you out those books.
I love Iris Bear.
Keep watching Dragon Mount's stuff, and we will also post it on our social medias. If you're following our social medias, you'll see it. We will be giving away issues 5 and 6 as well, and then sometime in the very near future, possibly around a certain holiday large event that happens every year for the Wheel of Time community, we'll give away an entire set of issues 1 through 6.
So I can be eligible for those.
Yes, you will be eligible for those, because the only people that will be ineligible will be
you.
Dragon Mount staff. Probably. Savvy. Maybe some of the other staff could win. They don't do anything with the show. Like we have article writers and stuff.
Can I put Ozzy in there? Like, can I put Ozzy's name in?
So I asked today, actually, when I was playing Third Age earlier today with a group of people, and I was like,
of course you were.
Of course I was. So I was like, listen, because we're doing this randomly, do you think family members of like us, like the three of us, would be okay to win? And they were like, yeah. I mean, if it's random, then it doesn't matter.
Who were you playing Third Age with earlier today?
Well, this guy right here.
Zach is always playing Third Age. I don't.
That's
whatever, fair. Zach. Zach is always lurking somewhere. I love Zach so much.
James, who is What Up Time, he's the creator of the game.
Wheel Up Time.
Wheel Up Time. Sorry, Wheel Up Time. Wheel Up Time. Wheel Up Time. Wheel Up Time. I'll get it right. And Skeeter. A lot of people know Skeeter from the community. And Robin dipped in for a little bit to say hello. And my brain is fuzz. Oh, Jessica Sweet Eye was playing with us.
I got in the game.
Yes.
Fantastic. Jessica is the person who taught me how to play Third Age. Jessica and Critter XD taught me how to play Third Age. Yay. So yeah, that's amazing. Jessica, I love her so much. Real quick, I want to say Arosa a little while ago made a comment about being finally creating a Twitch account. And it's okay, Rosa. I'm also Gen X. And it's okay.
Gen X is getting to the point where we're like, that's all the technology I can take. Like I was here for the birth of the technology. I cannot.
Right? We played Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego on the Apple IIe in 1985.
Yes.
Right?
So
yes.
See, my game, let's see if anyone remembers this. My game on the Apple when the discs were actually floppy. Was Odell Lake. Anybody? Anyone?
I remember it.
That was my favorite game. You swam around as a little fish and you ate fish that were smaller than you and you got bigger
fish.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that game.
Loved that game. Yes. That was my game. But I did love Carmen Sandiego. It was a ton of fun. And the dungeon game. What was the dungeon game? They played it in Big. I always forget the name of that game.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It was the first role playing game. It was like a choose your own adventure game. It was great. All right.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah. So, the fact is. Oh, go ahead.
No. You go.
I was just gonna say the fact is we have lived through a lot of iterations of technology, and can it stop, please? Like I am.
No. Now we're on to AI.
And we're not going there. We're not. I'm drawing a line. Drawing a line on the AI.
Did we forget Skynet? Did John Connor die in vain?
Oh my God! This is my mantra right now. Have none of these people ever fucking watched The Terminator? Like, not even seriously.
I Robot. Did y'all see I Robot? There's an issue. Like,
see that? No, it's funny though because all of the creators of the AI stuff actually are now
they acknowledge it.
Yeah, they're acknowledging it because they see what it. So it's funny and sad and infuriating at the same time.
Scary.
No, it's scary. It's definitely also scary. It's funny, sad, infuriating, and scary all at the same time because what they've found, what tends to happen, they make these super advanced AIs, and they could do a lot of stuff that is actually really great. It helps people with accessibility issues, with a lot of stuff. The technology is great, but what they've found, no matter what the AI is, when they attach it to the internet, it quickly becomes it becomes an incel, neckbeard, racist misogynist within a few hours.
Because that's all that's on the internet.
Yeah.
That's the majority of what it's learning.
Yeah. So they're like, we need to figure out a way to make it so that doesn't happen. So yeah, they have to stop that.
They actually asked Congress to regulate AI.
Yeah.
They asked the government to regulate it.
The guy that invented ChatGPT.
Yeah. He had to quit Google. He quit Google to go in front of Congress and be able to give an unbiased opinion without having a conflict of interest in his employer. And Google endorsed him doing it. I mean, that's the thing. Like AI, I mean, it's like if you think about how bad misinformation was in the last election, no matter which way you voted, there was misinformation going on both sides, right?
The misinformation that's happening now
Think about if it keeps going the way it's going, this is going to be like, we're going to want to live in The Last of Us if this keeps going. Like, I will gladly take cordyceps over robots. I just would. If I had to choose a world to live in, give me mushrooms.
Because the robots are going to go, y'all can't take care of yourselves. We're just going to either kill you all or keep you like cattle, because that's what happens in every movie is they're like, okay, you created us to take care of you. To take care of you, we need to treat you like livestock. And personally, my ancestors would not want me to go through that. So
hard agree 100%. Do you guys real quick, I'm going to ask one more question.
Yeah, shoot.
Do you remember a TV show from the early 2000s, and it came out right around the same time that Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules were like super popular, and it was called Cleopatra 2525?
Yes,
and Gina Torres started it.
25. That was the song. Yeah.
It was this premise. It was basically this premise of
that was the early 2000s,
machinery.
right?
The early 2000s, yeah. And it was basically, it wasn't Gina Torres's
Gina
name.
Torres.
It was like pre Gina Torres in Angel, pre Gina Torres in The Matrix, pre Gina Torres in Suits, in Firefly, in any of that. That was like her first big thing. And it was literally a show about AI had taken over the world, machines had taken over the world, and people were living, underground in caves. And she was like this genetically altered human to try to save humanity against. Yeah. I mean, it was so cheesy and campy because I think the episodes were like 30 minutes long.
I love the song though. It's still stuck in my head.
The fact that you know what I'm talking about just totally like validates the fact that we are related.
You're related. There's someone that does a voice in that was actually one of my like someone I liked. She did a voice in Cowboy Bebop and another thing. She's done a lot of voices. I can't remember her name. She's an older woman.
I'm going to Google her.
I want to say she's in her. I guess I could do that too. Well, you're ahead of me. She's an older woman. She might be in her 70s now if she's still alive, or 80s if she's still alive. But she did a lot of voice acting, and she was in Cowboy Bebop, and I liked her a lot. Anyway, speaking of TV shows, though, we're going to be watching this one, The Last of Us. And before we watch this week's episode, next week's episode, we're going to have multiple guests.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to have to just brace yourself because they are quite a felty bunch, these two.
Oh,
yes. This is I had a picture with the two of them in it, but this is their current Twitter picture, and I thought this was apropos to how the show is going to go.
Yeah, no, that is appropriate.
Yeah, so I'm talking about, of course, Brother Dan and Ryan from The Way of the Leaf. They will be joining us next Sunday for the final episode of Last of Us. And
Wendy Lee.
Yes. And I will also be on the First Time Reader episode tomorrow with them. So if you're interested in which Tom will be on, that's a good question. Maybe I should surprise everybody and do Felt Tom.
Totally be Felt Tom.
That would be really hard to do with like the amount of shit I have to do behind the show. Having to do it with one hand might be a little difficult, but I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll try.
I mean, I was going to go somewhere, but I'm not going to go somewhere. So we'll just let's watch the show.
Let's stay monetized on YouTube for this episode. Thank you. But yeah, so we're doing that. And next week we will announce which show we're going to do next. Now, normally we do a vote for which show we're going to do, but we only have 7 weeks in between when we finish Last of Us and when the new Wheel of Time show starts. And to narrow down the amount of shows that we've all seen and that we want to watch that would be entertaining to watch on this, we only really came up with one choice. So we had 2, but it was just one. So we will announce next week what it's going to be once I get all my stuff together. And
can I throw a suggestion into the mix for future?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I have just drawn a blank. It was on Netflix.
Okay.
It's Neil Gaiman based comic.
Oh, fuck. Lucifer.
I don't think that's it, Tom.
Not Lucifer. Not
He's in it.
Lucifer.
He's in
but
it.
he's in it. She's in it. Yes, they're in it. Gwendolyn Christie plays Lucifer in that.
I mean, the character of Lucifer is in it.
And oh my God.
Sandman.
Thank you. The Sandman would be amazing show. Thank you, Leia.
Yes, plus time off for a WatCon week.
Yes.
No, I mean, I'll be back Monday of the Monday of WatCon, so I'll probably stream that night too, depending. Ooh, Firefly would be a
Firefly would also, because they just announced. They announced a revival of the show, right? They're doing
Get the fuck out of here. No, they're not.
They're doing a miniseries.
No, they're not.
So here's the thing.
What?
It's got to be all the same people. Like, I need all the same people.
Is it real? Are you sure?
Like every April 1st, they do this to me. So I'm not gonna believe it till I see it.
I don't know.
Disney plans to reboot Firefly on Disney Plus. That's right now. It's a rumor. It's not announced.
Can you imagine bringing back Nathan Fillion, Summer
to.
Glau,
They have to. They've got
Gina Torres. Of course,
oh my God.
His husband wouldn't come back because he died in the last episode, or in the movie, didn't he?
In the movie, he did, but in the episodes, he was there.
He was there, and and what was her name? Who played? She was in
Anara.
Who played Anara? What was her name?
I don't know. Her lady's name is Anara to me.
She played She was on the TV show V, and she was also in Deadpool as Deadpool's girlfriend's wife.
It's coming.
She's
a weird name. It's a weird name.
She's amazing.
Lori, no. Her last name is Baccarin. Moriana Baccarin.
Yes.
Baccarin.
Morena
Baccarin. That's what it is. The letters were all mixed up in my head.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes. So these are all great suggestions. Yeah, these are all great suggestions. Wednesday is another great freaking show.
Wednesday's amazing. Yeah,
I love Wednesday. What's her face was amazing in it. I love her.
Yes.
Jenna
So
Coleman.
Wednesday,
Not Jenna Coleman. Jenna.
I don't remember her name, but she used to be on a show on the Disney Channel where she was like, she had a bunch of siblings in front and behind. It was in the middle, and Avi loved it. But it was a Disney show, I think. All right, but let's get to the last.
Let's watch this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those who haven't, if anyone is here who hasn't watched with us before, what I do is I press play on my little handy dandy timer over there and press play on the show at the same time so you can follow along. This is not an Amazon Prime show, so we cannot stream it on our Twitch channel at the same time as we do this because we will get slammed with copyright violations, which I don't want to do. So I am going to get ready here to if everyone can cue it up, I'll give you guys a countdown from 3. Here we go.
I have an ad because I don't have full, but that's fine. Fair. I'll catch up. I've already watched it, so I'll catch up.
That's fair. Yes, that's why I have the timer. So yeah, if you have an ad, just catch up. We do watch the recap, so leave the recap. All right. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. And we strongly encourage closed captioning because it really does help with the episode.
It does, especially if you're snacking. Because I turn captions on because I eat crunchy food. I do, and I can barely hear.
This was almost perfect because the last episode that I was with you with was because this is a flashback episode. Episode 7 was regarding the DLC that you could play.
Yeah.
And so it's largely a flashback with very little present tense. Like this is when she's scouting and looking around for materials to save Joel. Mm-hmm. And this is directly out of the video game. This is straight from the game. And this episode is also, the DLC. This next episode is almost exactly from the game. And that's why I love it so
Me too, Noman Garden. I used to do pile driving, giggity, for the city of New York. And yeah, my hearing is shot.
All right, so Beth, what I am looking forward to the most watching this with you is you just pointing out what is like exact play by play from the game.
There's some stuff in this game.
100% almost.
the thing that is really great about this episode is that it really focuses in on what humanity is going to do to survive,
Mhm.
right? So you're not in a big city environment where infrastructure was still relatively
Right. Uh-oh.
What?
Did
Oh,
she
she
freeze
froze.
for you? Yeah.
Is she using? She's using Google Chrome again. She hasn't learned yet.
I use Google Chrome.
That's a great. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah, get that. She looks like she is getting ready to drop some knowledge.
Oh yeah, I'm cutting that. Sorry, Beth. I love you, but I'll put her backstage for a minute while she
It's unfroze.
figures out what she's doing. But I totally got it. I got it. Don't worry.
All right.
I got
That
it.
is. We're gonna have to use that.
Yeah, that is clutch. I love you, Beth, but that face was perfect. I'm gonna make that into a GIF, I think. Oh, she's back. Okay, good.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not. There she is.
StreamYard hates me.
Yes. Are you
I
using Google
have
Chrome
this
again?
problem. Yeah, because Opera did the same thing.
Okay.
Opera did the same thing. It is StreamYard. It is
So
something.
weird. So
StreamYard.
weird.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know what you got. Did you get a screenshot of my face looking out?
Yes,
at
I
the
did. I'll
ridiculous?
show it to you. It's fantastic. I'm gonna make it into a meme. Unless you say no, then I'll delete it. I promise. It's fantastic.
This
though.
is essential. You have to listen to this part.
Yes. This
is
part,
like fun. This is religious fundamentalism in a
Yes.
post-apocalyptic world.
yeah,
Yes.
and it's oh man. Once you know about this guy, like once you know, Opera is Chrome, but for some reason, for me, I have I get this like weird video catching on Chrome that doesn't happen on Opera. But anyway, once you know about this guy, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was going to say, you can show me the screenshot at any time.
Oh, okay, yeah, here you go.
So I
everyone
will.
saw it a second ago.
It is great, Beth. It is great.
Oh yeah. I'm making that into a meme about something about Wheel of Time, and I'm gonna post it, and hopefully the official Wheel of Time account will see it, and it'll be
Oh shit. Okay, great.
But so like just I don't know who this actor is, but he does give off that I'm a cult leader vibe, like right from the jump. Like
just the
I did.
Yes.
Like when we were watching it, I was like, I don't like his face, which is what I say when people give off a bad vibe. Like it doesn't even necessarily have to be their actual face, but like I don't like his face.
Agree.
I don't like any of that.
But he's also comes across as very caring and very charismatic of his flock.
Yes.
Right? He oh sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Tom.
No, he's never been. I don't want to say never. I haven't seen him on any of the things that I've seen him in a leading role. I've only seen him in a couple of other things. He played like the dad or something like that in Jean Grey's dad in Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
Which who cares? He played like a secondary character in The Prodigal Son, which was also a pretty good TV show. Okay. And that's all I can remember him from. I don't think he's ever been a leading man.
Because he gives the cult leader vibe. But go ahead.
Very quickly, I have to interject right here. This person right here, who is this is Troy Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Baker is the actor who voiced Joel in both video games.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
And they used him in this episode. So he actually does a podcast. He hosted the weekly podcast that would come on after these episodes aired. He was the host, and the podcast that released after this episode was really special because he brings insight into it. He also, if you are a video gamer and you like, Naughty Dog is the studio that produced The Last of Us. They are also the studio behind the Uncharted franchise, which came out. Tom Holland actually starred in a movie last year with Mark. Yes, with and so he was also the voice of.
He was on the beach, wasn't he? Was he the guy that was on the beach?
I haven't seen the movie yet.
Okay.
So I don't know. And it's on my like TBW, not to be read, but to be watched. And so he played Sam Drake, and I don't know if that was the character name for Marky Mark's character in the
It
movie.
was.
Okay, but he is the voice actor, and he's a prolific voice actor. He's done
That was
multiple
not
animations.
Mark's character. That was not Mark's
No,
character.
that was Tom, right?
No, that was Tom's brother.
Tom's okay.
Who
Okay.
doesn't have like he's not in the movie.
Right.
Okay, he's just mentioned.
He's just mentioned. You see a picture of him, and that's it.
Okay. So everything that's happening right now in the show is almost exactly from
like shot
video
for shot.
Yeah, close. Very.
It's
close.
very similar.
That is amazing.
Very, very similar. And the more I see,
before everyone, watch out! Check your wallets. Like Blinded Fool's been here. Yeah, we won't spoil anything for you. Go ahead, and I appreciate the love, but yeah, we don't want to spoil it for you.
I don't want to spoil it for you for sure.
But before we get too far away from Troy Baker, he also voiced, if anyone has seen Vox Machina, Sildor. That's this character. In Vox Machina. Sildor is like the elven ambassador to like whatever I forgot the name of the city, but he's the elven ambassador in the show. He's done a lot of voices. He's actually doing voices right now in Diablo too, Diablo 4 as well.
And he's also a very prolific voice actor in animated TV. He's done voices in Naruto. He's done multiple DC comics like Batman, the Joker. He has played in Marvel cartoons. He has done he is prolific voice actor. He's the epitome of a working voice actor. So if you have played a game or watched an animated show in the last 15 years, you will have heard Troy Baker in some way, shape, or form.
And how about this? He also when I looked up him like last week, he's done a lot of video games, but one stands out in particular. He did Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yes.
He was Theron Shan. He's one of the followers that you get in the later game. He also was in Arkham Knight. He did Jason Todd and Robin and the Red Hood.
He's done a lot of, when I say he's a prolific actor, if you go to his IMDb or his Wikipedia, he is. And so this part right here with Ellie hunting with the rifle is straight out of the game. This is the first time you play Ellie as a character. When you're playing the game, you are mostly playing as Joel in this game.
Okay.
Ellie is your companion. When in this part of the game, you are playing as Ellie. And so her abilities are different than Joel's. So it's almost like you're starting over because I was going to
ask. Like it's just that's a whole new character, right? She can't shoot as well as him. Maybe.
She can't shoot as well as him. Correct. And I can't watch this part because I'm vegan and
well, don't look.
Like
fair enough
thing. And the thing that makes it even worse is that she hits him and he doesn't die right away. And this happens in the game as well. And so you're chasing this injured buck through the woods. And this is very, very, very true to form. So it is.
But I think that's great though. Like,
it is.
You can really get into it.
Yeah.
Good catch, Numengarden. That's not
that's right. You had episode 7 on there as the title card, didn't you? I saw that earlier tonight, and I was going to tell you about that, but I forgot because my dog had issues tonight.
Oh no! Which one?
Nala, my pit bull. She had a growth on her ear, and like a little cyst. And it burst, and so it bled on my carpet and on the floor, and I had to get her outside, and it's 110 degrees outside.
That's right. You're in Texas, aren't you?
Girl. The sphincter of the universe, especially in the summer.
For more reasons than one. Don't worry, Florida's just as bad.
Anyway,
the sphincter, Florida is the poop.
Again, and this is right from the game. They come across her. She comes across them. The only thing that doesn't happen in the games that happens here is there is a huge fight with infected that come and chase you
Ooh.
down. So you temporarily become an ally of David, and you basically save his ass. And I think I probably died 42 times the first time I tried that encounter.
I love the memes of like, no, this is terrible. This show is so unrealistic. I mean, it's such a bad adaptation. You know, this is terrible. No one should watch this. I mean, where's Joel dying 50 times and having to restart at his last save? Like that, like this is just totally, totally a terrible adaptation. Like I love those memes so much. Yeah. But I think they do a good job with I was going to say, I like, to your point, Beth, I like how little the infected are kind of in this show. They make it a lot more about Joel and Ellie's journey, but not just their physical journey, their emotional journey.
Yeah, they make it about the humanity. They make it about the relationships.
Yeah,
and
but their character growths, like specifically Ellie and Joel's character growths, are some of the greatest I've seen in this year for their characters.
I am going to cry at the end of this episode. I'm just giving you fair warning.
I cried on episode 3, so
I am going. I did too for not for different reasons, because episode 3, as I've said to you before, like when we've just been chatting, episode 3 was the largest departure from the source material, from the game. It was totally different than the game, but it was brilliantly done and it was beautiful. And I mean, personally, they both, and their names are Murray. Well, it's Frank and Frank and Bill and Frank, but they're the actors' names.
Larry Murphy and Nick Offerman.
Thank you. They both need to be nominated for Golden Globes, Emmys, BAFTAs, whatever, because their roles were
amazing.
Chef's kiss, just absolutely brilliant and beautiful. But it was so different than the source material than what happened in the game that but I was not sad about the changes that they made at all, because it made for better television.
Yeah.
It made for much better TV.
When you think about it, the only real changes that they made were Joel and Ellie's interaction with Frank. Yeah, Frank, right?
With Bill.
Frank
is Bill.
Yeah, Bill and Frank. Frank is the other guy. Is not Nick Offerman. Bill, the only really they changed their interactions and how he dies. Like that's the only thing they really changed.
He doesn't die in the game. He's not dead in the game. That's the thing. They changed Bill and Frank's relationship drastically as well. And that's what makes that's what made it so absolutely beautiful.
But they act like the idea that they are gay and in a relationship is
it has always been there. It's always been there. The thing is though that so Bill and Frank did not end up good terms in the game.
No.
Basically, Frank wanted to be GTFO. Frank wanted to be gone from the little island that Bill had built for himself. And Bill was too afraid to go anywhere. So Frank's like, well, fuck you. I'm getting out and I'm going to go. I'm getting out of here. And Frank basically leaves an FU note to Bill. He's been bitten. He gets bitten by an infected and kills himself to avoid being turned. And Bill and Ellie and Joel come across that. Oh. And Bill is a bitter man in the game. He's
angry, very angry.
He is the Bill that you meet in the beginning of episode 3. And he is that way when Joel and Ellie come across him. He does save their lives and he gives them the opportunity to get out. But the way that they did it for the show, the adaptation of the show is just so much better. It was beautiful. I mean, I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like,
I love Nick Offerman, but
it was beautiful.
I want to talk, I want to get back to, this one.
Episode 8. Yes.
So this, when I first watched, I hadn't played the full game, the full part 1 of the game yet when I watched this the first time, but immediately got super duper creeper pedo vibes from this guy.
Yes,
100%.
Conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay, making sure I wasn't the only person.
No, don't like his face. No, I think like as in the very beginning of this, me and Brian were like, they're gonna eat people. They're good. That the girl.
It was very season 5 of The Walking Dead, which they come across that
the cannibals,
like the cannibals,
absolutely, they are eating people. Like he looks like the type that would make that decision in a heartbeat.
Well, when they said, "Oh, we'll bury your father next
Right when the
spring,"
ground thaws out.
yeah, and then they
No.
were eating meat, and they were like, "It's deer," and I was like, "That's not deer. You're eating your dad."
And that was this is one of the things that does not get really super explained in the game. The background, like that opening scene here with with the town, and it just enriches the story. Like you know that that's what's happened because these are the same people who attacked them at the university.
Right.
They have to make you. They have to make you care about the characters within a minute. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's that, and they characters that you haven't met yet because they're
Right.
only in this one episode. So
Right.
and they do a really good job with it right off the bat. First, you think this guy, all right, maybe he's not the worst. Maybe he's just a preacher, and like he's leaning on this to hold the people together. But the more he talks in that opener, the more you're like, never mind.
Nope,
Especially after he says it's deer, and you kind of realize that it's actually her dad that you're eating.
Yeah.
He looks directly at her, the little girl,
I
and watches her put a piece of meat in his mouth. And
I think I actually said to Brian, "That's your daddy." That is and Mom, why? You know what happened, Mom? You're not this stupid. Like, why? Y'all got to leave. You can't stay here.
No, man,
This part in the game is the most harrowing gauntlet experience when you're playing as Ellie. What happens next?
Because you have to fight. How many? Like you have to fight a bunch of enemies at this point, right?
You have to fight dozens of men, dozens, and the number of times that I died during that encounter as well. As a matter of fact, Leia watched me stream. And actually, this game, The Last of Us Part 1, I streamed on YouTube. So my lives are there. If you want to go back and you want to watch gameplay of The Last of Us Part 1, I do have those on YouTube.
I posted your at in our chat. So if anyone wants to
that is on Twitch, but it's I do be BethDomon on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. So that's me on YouTube. But so if you want to go back and watch gameplay of the first game, then you can do that. And because that was before I stopped streaming, or before I started streaming exclusively on Twitch. Yeah, so freaking good. So good.
I posted a direct link to your YouTube. So make sure everyone.
And I would love a follow because I'm going to try hard to get up to the 500 follower count. I have not been pushing my YouTube content at all because I've been focusing on Twitch. But now that they have lowered this requirement,
I'm going to focus.
This is so endearing right now. What's happening right now is beautiful.
It is endearing. Beautiful. It is. The growth. I know I've said it a million times, but the growth of their two characters is so interesting because they kind of swap places. Ellie kind of becomes Joe from the beginning of the story, not pre-Ellie Joe, but like episode 2 Joel, not Joel.
Losing Sam changes her.
100%.
Losing
and
Sam,
he sees that, and that hurts him more than Sam dying. 100% hard agree.
In this case, this actually might be venison because David did take the deer back. They did get the deer. So
but you could say you could see her face. She doesn't believe him.
She
doesn't believe him.
But it could be.
Yeah.
It could be.
No, it probably is. It probably is deer.
This time. like this time.
Exactly. Oh, wait. No, that's not venison because they're bringing the deer in now.
Yeah, that's true. Hard agree, Arosa. Hard agree, Arosa.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I was so happy when. Spoiler alert! Obviously, we say we're going to spoil the entire show, but when this month,
did you see what Zach just?
What did he say? Oh, facial expressions alone. I mean, I could assume the facial expressions alone because, like, I mean. I love it.
You want to get this one too?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I want that one too. Don't worry. I can just go back and clip it later.
It's fine.
I've been learning DaVinci, the video
I
editing
have DaVinci
software.
Resolve. I haven't used it. I'm scared.
It's
I'm
so
scared
good.
of
It's so
long-form
easy.
video editing.
It's so easy.
Well, you and I are going to have some time.
Yeah. To do it well is hard, but to do it very basically is pretty easy.
Good.
Obviously, we have the only sponsorship we have is Tor Books and our Patreons and you guys. But so we don't have any sponsorship from DaVinci Resolve, but they are a fantastic program. If anyone is looking to try to dip into video editing, DaVinci Resolve is fantastic. They are absolutely,
and they have a free version and a paid version. And the free version is
the free version is completely. I mean, the paid version is useless to anybody who isn't a major studio. The free version has all of the bells and whistles that the paid version has. The only thing you can't do is do like multiple video condensing at the same time. So like, unless you're literally a major studio, like pumping out tons of content, you don't need that.
Right.
You're going to be rendering one video at a time. Like, you're not going to be rendering 50 videos at a time. So that's the only thing between the paid version and the unpaid version. Has all of the UI, everything exactly the same. And they did that because it would entice a upcoming generation of video editors to use them because it's free, which they did. And then since all of the new talent coming into the industry is trained on this, all of the major studios are now using it. So Marvel, everybody.
Yeah.
If you can teach yourself DaVinci Resolve, you can get certifications for video editing.
They're eating her daddy.
Yes. Now they are.
And he's just smiling.
He knows too. He knows, but he's questioning it. Troy.
Yes, he was like, this is we've crossed the line.
Yeah.
Like, this is
look how fucking smug.
Yes. Just
I hate him.
So much.
Yes, so easy. Even a caveman like you can do it, Brother Zachariah. Though you didn't say like you, I did. I put that in there. I said what I said. I love you, Brother Zach.
Just doesn't look good.
No, looks a little angry.
Yeah. And just every time with that needle, I'm like, oh.
He's also seeing, like, in all of the instances where she's had to do stuff by herself, he sees that she could take care of herself. And that's so great.
I think it makes him feel better.
It does.
Y'all, this makes me so sad.
The other thing is also that, and I'm sure it's way more of a breath of fresh air for you two than it is for me, but it's nice to see a young female presenting character, because Ellie is a female. I know Bella Ramsey.
Bella is non-binary.
Is a they them, but Ellie is a female. So it's good to see a female character represented in that way. Like, they could take care of themselves. They're not desperate for help, for a rescue from a male character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see television getting away from that trope. It's been better over the last 15-20 years, but 10 years. But still got a long way to go.
Do you know what I really want to see them do? I really want to see them do a Lara Croft game series that does not sexualize Lara Croft. A TV series. Because the games were much better. Coming out, well, the newer games are great. They're coming out. They're rebooting the reboot. Actually, they're about to redo another franchise of Lara Croft, which
means they're probably making a TV show. They're probably going to.
I would love to see a non-sexualized Lara Croft.
They're probably going to make her character look like whoever the actor is that's going to play her.
Probably, and well, they did that with the last one too. I mean, the actress who played her was very similar in appearance to Lara Croft, but Lara Croft since 1998, when the first Tomb Raider game came out, has been a hypersexualized
Yeah.
female explorer action
To
hero.
say the least.
I would
Yeah.
love to see a non-sexualized, major hardcore badass female lead like her, very much like what they're doing with Ahsoka. But Ahsoka's never been
What's it called?
sexualized, right? Because
Right.
we grew up with Ahsoka. Ahsoka was 14 or 15 when we first met her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
exactly, like, this is always, she's always been hypersexualized.
Yeah. Even in pixelized
Yeah. Yeah, with Madonna's
cone
bra,
nipples,
right?
yeah, or cone bra,
Vogue
whatever.
boobs, right? Or express yourself boobs.
Express
That was from
yourself.
express yourself. Yeah, exactly.
My
But
whiskey drink is broken.
this makes me so sad. And the thing that's different in this game, David is not part of the hunt for her.
Oh, okay.
In the video game, he
Mhm.
sends his henchmen out. Like,
That seems right.
Arosa, as someone, I don't know what your video game console situation is like, but as a Gen Xer who doesn't play a lot of video games, you should look into Horizon Zero Dawn.
oh my god,
You know what? Actually, if you don't want to play video games, maybe that's the next game I'll stream. I love that
but
game.
I streamed Horizon Zero Dawn on YouTube. The entire
There
game
you go.
is
Did you do
streamed
part
on
two?
YouTube.
Did you do part two?
Horizon Forbidden West, I have started, but I stopped doing for this game. And I'm so glad I did not see that happen on the screen, because it breaks my heart every time. And it happens in the game as well. The horse goes down and it's traumatic. But
but
they are making a TV show. Actually, the person
I'm
who
so
did
excited.
The person behind Umbrella Academy is also doing Horizon Zero Dawn as a live action TV show. And it is going to be, that is the best. The story of Horizon Zero Dawn, when I first played that game in 2017, rocked my world on such a whole nother level.
So good. The first game, Arosa, is, I'll put it in chat, it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
I beat you.
Okay, there you go. And the second one is Horizon Forbidden West. That's part 2.
The second one is Horizon Forbidden West. And I have actually only completed Horizon Forbidden West one time. I need to go back to it, but it's going to be a hot minute, because I'm going to replay Final Fantasy VII Remake first. And then I'm going to play the new Assassin's Creed game. I'm not sure. But I will play Horizon Forbidden West on YouTube, Arosa, so you don't have to go.
You want to play it. If you're looking to play a game, then play it. But if you want, go watch it too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Arosa, I will say, I'm not a gamer, but I do enjoy watching these types of games, because it is like a fully developed story.
It's a story.
It's a show.
Literally,
it's a show that you get to watch somebody interact with.
Into a well thought out, immersive world. You are literally the protagonist in an epic story. Like, that is the best experience to me. And that is what I love about video games, is the fact that you can be like a protagonist in a story that will stick with you and make a difference. That is why I love games. My whole life. That is why.
Yeah, I just can't do the first person shooter without getting nauseous. So I just sit and watch Brian.
I play them. I'm not good at them, but
before we get too far away from Horizon Forbidden West or Horizon
Zero Dawn.
There's one person that can play her. One.
Who do you think can play her?
Leslie Rose.
Fuck yes. Heck yes.
Leslie
100%.
Rose.
100%. That would be Aloy. Yes, I'm here for it.
That looks like Aloy right there.
I am here for it. I am here for it 100%.
Come on, like, that is Aloy right there.
I would also say, hold on, I have to Google a name, because names are hard for me right now. This also, what's happening right now is almost exactly from the game. This is so good.
So good. The writing in the game is just amazing. Like, it's just good all around. I really did enjoy this game a lot.
Also say she's probably a little too old right now to play Aloy, but Karen Gillan would also be.
Karen Gillan would be great.
an amazing
Her look young.
Aloy.
She looks young. I mean, she even looks young without it. Like, I think
She
would do
really
fine.
does. Yeah.
do
But
fine.
she would also be a really great choice for Aloy. You know, if you want to stay true to somebody with you know, red hair, fair complected.
Yeah, I mean, not that wigs aren't a thing, but she looks
I
perfect.
mean,
Like here, like let
yeah.
me get a picture. I got a picture of Aloy too. So, like, just Aloy.
Oh yeah.
Also, that
Like,
is okay. Also, Aloy would be Aiel in the Wheel of Time.
Absolutely.
Aloy would 100% be in Aiel, Maiden of the Spear, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
So, and I just have to say, Pedro Pascal's performance. Okay, so he's been unconscious for 2
This whole episode.
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Most of the last episode, like 90% of the last episode.
Okay. Oh my god, this part.
Oh, it's so. I want to take a shower.
It's disgusting, and it is literally verbatim, straight from the freaking game. Like it is.
It makes me want to shower, though. It really makes me want to shower after this part.
I mean, he said that's certainly the goal. Right after you said makes me want to shower.
It probably is.
But I will say, I do like Ellie's feistiness here. She's like, I realize I'm in a cage and I'm a little girl and you're a grown man, but you know what? I'm not going out like that. No, he can't. He cannot do any of those things. He cannot help or protect. So.
Oh, I hate the way he talks. I just hate I hate everything about him so much, which is a good thing for the actor. Like that's a great.
Exactly right. He's
He
doing
did
a
a good job.
fantastic job.
I hope he's doing a fantastic job, and this is just not how he is.
You know who the last charismatic cult leader that I saw that I bought on TV was? Luke Perry in Criminal Minds.
Oh,
way back in like 2000.
I mean, I would have followed
2008.
I would have followed him.
I mean, but he was a charismatic cult leader in Criminal Minds, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
not for nothing. She like Leslie Rose would be great as an Aiel, but she's just too white. All the Aiel are dark skinned. Like they need people that are tanned.
No, not in the books.
Yeah, they're dark skinned. They're all tanned.
They're tanned but they have very pale skin.
Pale skin underneath.
Yeah,
I mean, you can put some bronzer on a girl and she be tan.
Yeah, they are sun dark.
They're sun dark.
They're sun dark, but when you when I just finished my listen of Rosamund Pike's narration of The Dragon Reborn, and when Nynaeve heals the maiden who ends up dying in the fight with the Myrddraal, and when they get taken by the Dark Prince, when Nynaeve and Elaine,
when they first meet them.
Yes. That's one of the narrative things is she looked and her skin was as pale as Elaine.
Yeah. And also when Rand goes to Camelot for the first time, and Elida pulls up his sleeve and is like, people from the Two Rivers are not, this is not the skin color.
Exactly.
Because he's pale. Like he is sun dark also. This whole thing, like Joel woke up and was like, where's my daughter?
This is where you see who Joel really can be. And this is straight from the freaking game. This is like
this is pre-show Joel. This is what Joel was like before the show.
This is what Joel did to survive.
Right.
Joel.
Also, by the way, when they were filming this, like it was actually cold. So I'm sure they were all just angry. So I'm sure he didn't have to act too hard to make it angry. It was it was like 20 degrees below zero or something like that when they filmed this episode.
Joel has lost everything that matters to him in his life, Joel.
Yep.
And now he's going to take his anger out on the world around him, Joel.
Addendum. This is Joel lost everything except now he found one thing,
Right, he
and
got
it's
something
just-
and that makes it
took it.
even worse.
Yeah.
And that makes it even worse. Yeah, they have it. They know where it is, and he's gonna get it back, and he doesn't have to care. He probably does not care how many people he has to kill in between getting
Oh no,
getting
to
Ellie
get
back.
to Ellie? No,
Yeah, no,
not at all.
and that's the part that he doesn't want her to see or know about.
Right.
This part right here is right from the game too, and I have to turn away. It is literally from the game.
It's okay.
I
I believe him. Oh, that sound too is like I would describe it as a wet squelching sound.
Agree. Agree.
You ever want to see if you ever want to watch a fun video, not to segue away from something gross, but if you ever want to watch fun videos, Google like sound techs and like
What
sound
they
techs.
use?
Yeah, the stuff that
Yeah,
they
for the
use to
special
produce
effects.
these sounds. Oh, it's so
Yeah.
great watching them. It's so great. It's always like
weird stuff.
weird
Like-
shit.
Like somebody's casserole or Tupperware dish or
Yeah. Bones breaking, always bones breaking are them taking celery and breaking them. Always.
Yep.
I mean, that makes sense.
See, so she saw the ear of the
So-
person.
If you're a cannibal, you need to, and you're trying to keep it a secret, you need to clean up better than that.
For
You
real.
Like,
do.
Motherfuckers can't dice. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
But just, I mean, in the kitchen, you do a
Yeah,
walkthrough.
I'm saying you dice that shit up, man. Like, what do you make tacos? Why you gotta be chunks?
Yeah,
of
why
meat?
is there a whole ear?
For real? You don't got. I mean, I saw you had knives.
Right.
He probably did it on purpose. To be perfectly honest, he probably did.
He
it on purpose.
probably did.
Yeah. Oh, he was. Oh my god! And the fact that he was a teacher before that, he was.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, he was
You
creeping on those students.
Oh yeah. And he was probably like violent too, because he says, "I've always been. I have a lot of violence."
I think he's
in
telling the
me."
truth here, though.
Yeah.
I really think he's telling
He
the
is.
truth here.
He is.
So this is somebody who, to some degree, maybe had good intentions, but took advantage of a situation. Like to some degree, like he doesn't want those people to starve, but he wants to keep
He's
them
a
alive to
total
control them.
narcissist.
Right.
Yeah.
He
Narcissist.
needs them.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
He
he's a
only wants to-
sociopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only wants to keep them alive so that he has people to control. That's the
Yes.
only.
Yes.
Like he doesn't care about them at all.
No.
He doesn't even see them as people.
No. There's flock.
Yeah. The only person he sees as close to human is Ellie. And that's
Yes.
why he's talking to her the way he's talking to her. He doesn't even see his friend, the guy that Joel.
Oh no.
You remind me of me.
And that was the wrong thing to say to Ellie.
The reason.
The thing is, though, Ellie is very much like him.
She is.
You see this as her character progression, and especially in the second
Oh.
game.
It's the cold detachment that they have in similar, but not any of the other shit.
Not well.
The
can
cold
have-
detachment
have
and
these-
decision making. Yes, I mean she gets very violent and she gets angry, but she's never gonna be a
I don't know this face.
I don't
that
want to get
Beth is making.
demonetized, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I get it. But no, she's not a sociopath. Like she's not a narcissist.
No.
So, but
Or the other thing.
there's a reason why there's a formula
Doesn't have any
to
file cabinets.
survive
That's
in
what
this
it's called.
world. There's a formula to survive and to thrive, not
Yeah.
just survive, but thrive in this
Yeah.
world.
Yeah. I don't see Arosa. I'm not sure if he believes he's in the right or if he just doesn't care that he's wrong.
No, he believes he's in the right. He
No,
believes he's in the right.
does. He believes he's figured it out.
He thinks he's righteous. He thinks he's a prophet. He thinks he's a savior,
Yes.
and that's
And
the
those-
narcissism in him. So
in
yeah,
those
he-
aspects. Yeah. But I don't think I think he knows he
he's
doesn't
a
actually-
shepherd surrounded by sheep.
Yeah, see? He just said it. He literally said it. Yeah.
That is what he pictures himself. He thinks he is
Yeah.
the only person who can guide
Always
these people through the
He-
circumstance.
But he means it on another level too. I'm the only human here. These people aren't even human to me.
Right. They're my flock. They're my sheep.
Yeah.
They're meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're meat.
Yeah. If I need to, I'll harvest them.
This part.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking Bella Ramsey's such a good actor. Yeah. He doesn't believe in the religion part of it. He even said
agree.
it.
No, McGarden, I agree.
I mean, he said it. He said it earlier when they were in the cabin talking.
They would follow us.
And yeah. Like that's the last straw. That's it.
Yep.
This is the best part. This is the best part.
It is.
It's also really gross, but it's the best part.
It is the best part. It is absolutely the best part. I just wish she got, more. Oh God, it's so gross. I feel dirty.
It's also right from the game.
Is it? Oh.
Does she only get a finger in the game too?
Yeah. This is a little bit more. It's much more subtle in the game than this, but they had to do this. The visual.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he has a particular meaning here. You're absolutely correct, Noman Garden.
But the knocking on the bars, or broken nose, the little cunt phrase. Oh, excuse my language.
No, you're fine. You're fine. There's an 18-year-old warning on the video already.
Okay.
You're fucking.
She channels Ashley Johnson so freaking well.
She's so
well.
She's so good.
You guys are in for a treat next week with Ashley Johnson.
I know. I love her so much.
The first 5 minutes of the show.
Mm-hmm. Matilda, Ebony, from the first movie.
Oh, okay.
The girl that played Matilda plays her mother. She was also the actor that they used. Yeah.
The voice actor for Ellie in the games is the person who plays her mother. Yes.
They modeled her too.
She's also Pike in Vox Machina. She's a member of Critical Role, which is
Roll 20.
Roll 20.
Dimension 20.
Yeah, she's Ashley Johnson is top tier.
I love her.
Anyway, Joel being super injured and hurt like this, straight out of the game. He's doing whatever he needs to do to find Ellie.
And I'm just gonna say, parenting is hard. Like
he's on.
Go ahead,
sorry.
Tom.
No.
No,
I don't have anything to add to it. You were going. You go.
No, I was just gonna say I'm not stabbed currently, but some days it does feel like it. It does feel like you have all the
stabbed.
And the kids are like, "What's for dinner?" And I'm like, "I can't," but you have to. So
I'm sure there's particular times throughout, certain time frames that it feels like you're getting stabbed, and you still.
No, it does, and everybody in this house is old enough now for the warning. Like, don't come over here. Don't come over here.
And there's a horse. They're going to do whatever they can for meat, so they bring the horse back.
Of course.
And then Joel sees.
Of course, I'm sorry.
And then Joel sees.
Yeah. And Joel's like, we got to get up out of here.
No, bye.
Nope. Let me go find my kid. We got to go. We cannot stay.
Bye, Felicia.
Nope.
So let me get my bag. I'm gonna leave this. Nope. These motherfuckers is crazy.
Let me go find this girl. We got to.
Not staying for dinner.
We cannot. No, do not. I hope she has not eaten. I hope they didn't feed her.
Oh my God. She's such a good actor.
She literally, right out of the game as well. I'm infected. So are you, because she bit him?
Yeah. Ooh, that was a little close. Anything happens for a reason.
She's such a little smartass, and I love her. Like I love a girl with sass.
Me too, Leah. Me too.
That happened in the game.
Me too.
I died at least a dozen times in this encounter the first time I played the game. This is straight out of the game. Straight out of the game. Everything that happens right here.
This her hiding
maker.
Yep. See you later. This hiding in the kitchen scene now makes me think of Jurassic Park, the first one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, the guy that he chopped in the neck, Leah. The guy that he chopped in the neck is the voice of
Yes,
Joel.
that is in-game Joel voice. Yes.
Troy Baker. He's done a ton of voices, actually. He was in Mass Effect as well. He played one of the followers in Mass Effect. He's in a ton of stuff.
He was in BioShock Infinite.
Yep, BioShock. He played the main character.
God, I can't tell you how many times I died during this part. Ellie, it's so creepy in the game. It's so creepy. There you are. And he starts, oh, I see you.
No, she's not fighting hard to stay alive. She's fighting hard to kill you. No, she's fighting hard to stay alive too.
Yeah, I think killing him's just a perk.
Yeah, it'll just be.
Yeah, bitch, I'm special.
Yeah, she's special. Definitely special.
Narcissist.
You don't know how good I am. Yep. Yep. This sounds like a certain other person that most of us probably are aware of that is in the news a lot.
Don't make me spit out my drink.
Sorry. Fucking love him so much. I wish his death was more painful.
It is in the game. It's much more graphic in the game than it is here.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice. Got him.
She did, but
she's got to stop yelling when she attacks.
Yeah, she does telegraph just to
Yeah. Yeah, and I get it because you're hyping yourself up, but you got to do it quiet. You can't let them know.
The brutality of this moment, and I understand it's probably triggering for some people, and they can't watch it. And I definitely don't. No shade to people who turn away from this because it is really.
It's about to get good in a second, though. There it is. Yeah.
Actually, this is pretty much spot on with the game.
Yeah. One more time. Another one. Yeah, let's keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah, that's good.
Screaming now is fine.
Yep.
The initial attack.
The difference between this and what happens in the game is Joel comes on her right now. Joel finds her in the building.
Okay.
As she is doing that. So her coming outside, this is a little bit different. This part. But the interaction between Joel and Ellie, this is where I'm going to cry, guys.
I like the splatter on the lens, too.
Poor baby.
And everything comes rushing back right now. There it is. It's such a weird, not weird, but it's such an interesting juxtaposition to see the two Joels, because he not only is he back to the Joel he was before he was stabbed, but he's even further down the path of being like good Joel.
This is the thing, though. Who else did he call baby?
His daughter.
His daughter, yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
He called Sarah baby girl. Don't leave me, baby girl. I got you. And she died in his arms.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when that happened, the first time I saw that, you guys don't understand. I was on my feet screaming at my TV, crying, screaming. I was this is everything. It is absolutely everything. If you guys have never gone and listened to the Last of Us podcast that Troy Baker hosts, every episode is worth listening to. He interviews Neil Druckmann, who is the creator of the show and the game. He interviews different cast members. It's a great podcast. So if you're interested in like learning about the backstory and the methodology to bring it to the screen, you should absolutely listen to it. It's great material. If you're looking for something just like, you want to run something while you're working during the day, you can listen to the whole entire series in a day if you wanted to.
So there was an interesting bit that I read about Troy specifically and about his character in this episode. They knew they wanted to use him, in the show. They didn't know where they wanted to put him. But then they knew they wanted to make him a villain, but they wanted to make him a villain who wasn't a villain. And then when they decided on this episode, he specifically talked about because he worked with, I forgot the guy's name. One of the writers from the game was also a writer on the show. So they already had a very good working relationship, and they worked together to kind of create this character. And the idea was, to Ebony's earlier point, is he was just a guy trying to do the right thing as best as he could. He is more that person than, I forgot, the preacher was.
Right, yeah.
Because he's still, you could see he kind of wants to do the right thing sometimes, but specifically Troy Baker said he wanted to play this character as the type of actor is, we're all one bad day away from being version of the worst version of ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yes. And I think that was actually brought up in the podcast that when they talked about this episode, because that's where he, because he's the host of the podcast, and he's they talked about his experience actually being able to be on screen with the actors from the show as an original voice actor. And also, I don't have rights to do hyperlinks in your chat, but Tom, you should look up with the last episode that's coming up next week.
Oh, next week. Okay.
There is a YouTube video out there of live footage of the filming of the ending of the game, which is just it's another episode that is very almost frame by frame accurate to
they put them side by side?
No. They did a musical. Troy Baker and the actress who plays the leader of the Fireflies, Marlene. The actor who played Marlene in this show is the same voice actor who played her. The same person plays both roles. She was the same person in the game and in the show. When they were filming the game, they turned the last scene between the two of them into a musical, and it was totally improv, and there's footage of it out there. You should totally take that clip, and after you finish the show next week, it's only 5 minutes maybe, and play it, because it is brilliant. It is so Ashley Johnson is unconscious and in his arms as because they're doing motion capture when they filmed that. They were all in the blue bodysuits, the motion capture suits and everything. It's so comical when you see how serious the subject matter is. But then they broke out in song, and it was, oh my God, it was everything. It was so good. It was so good. But anyway,
I have it saved already. I found it as soon as you said it.
Yay!
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Noman Garden. Noman Garden is the mod for us.
I love it.
To answer Arosa real quick, the stuff at the end of the stuff at the end of the video is just kind of a behind the scenes type thing. The podcast is a podcast, so it's like a radio show. It's just Troy Baker talking with guests and stuff, and he
Correct.
goes through like the sequence of the games, like in behind the scenes.
It's like an hour long. Each podcast is about an hour long, and he interviews different people affiliated with each episode. So yeah.
Oh man, that was a ton of fun. So Beth, when is your next stream?
Yes.
Tonight. After we're done here.
You're going to stream tonight? Are you playing Fortnite?
No, I'm playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So I'm
still playing Fallen Order. Okay.
Jedi Survivor. And I had several people come back, and that was the second game in this series. So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order takes place 5 years after the fall of the Empire. Star Wars Jedi Survivor takes place 10 years after the fall of the Empire. So if you watched Obi-Wan, takes place at the same time as the TV show Obi-Wan. So I had a lot of people go back and ask me to play, and I played Fallen Order when it came out in 2019. I played it several times, but I didn't stream it. So people were like, I want to see, specifically Leia, wanted to see Cal Kestis's origin story. So I've gone back and I've started playing Leia's like, I'm never sleeping. I've started playing Fallen Order, so I actually have everything teed up and ready to go. So I will be live streaming on Twitch as soon as we're done here. I'll probably play for 2.5, 3 hours tonight.
That is amazing, because if I stay awake that long, it'll be amazing.
Amazing. And then I will be that's pretty much my content for the next. There's Jay, and Jay is one of my supporters on Twitch and is a huge Star Wars fan. Actually, Jay is my living, breathing Prima Guide. So if you're an old school gamer and you know what a Prima Guide is, Jay is my Prima Guide when it comes to Star Wars video game content. So anyway, so I'm about to hop over there and play that. And and that I'm hoping to have it finished by the time WatCon comes, because I'll be taking the week off for WatCon. And then when I get back from WatCon, I will be playing the Final Fantasy VII remake. Yay! So it'll be a little bit different than the game I've been playing, which is Final Fantasy VII was an epic, groundbreaking RPG for me. So going back to my roots.
Yeah, I loved Final Fantasy VII. It
wrecked me. It wrecked me.
Absolutely. The story is great. Great story.
Yeah.
It has some of the best music too. Like,
yes.
If anyone hasn't been able to guess from everything that I've done so far, I'm a giant nerd, and I love the Nobu Uematsu is the guy that composed pretty much all of the Final Fantasy music. Absolutely love everything he does. When I still had a iPod, like I still have all the songs on my computer, but when I had an iPod, I want to say 30% of the music in my playlist was orchestrated versions of Final Fantasy music. And
I'm here for it, Tom. I'm absolutely here for it.
But in Japan, for a long time in Japan, for like, we're talking 25 years in Japan, there's a professional orchestra that's called the Final Fantasy Orchestra or something like that. And they played his music. They would travel and play. They started playing in the US a few years ago, and I haven't gotten a chance to see them yet. I really, really want to go. But that's the music I have. And then also there's a lot of creators on YouTube, like look them up, piano, specifically piano versions of a lot of the songs.
Yes.
Fantastic. One of my favorite songs ever. If you look up only one thing in anything I've ever told you to look up, people, Google 2 Xanarkand, and I'll put how to spell it in the chat. It's Xanarkand is the name of the city in Final Fantasy X, and the 2 Xanarkand is the name of the song. Look up 2 Xanarkand piano, and really just, you could probably watch any version of that, just someone playing 2 Xanarkand on the piano. It is one of my favorite piano songs ever. Like, I listen to it once a day, probably. I love it.
Every day.
I do. I absolutely do. I have a playlist of like relaxing feel good music that I listen to. Most of
Yeah.
it is Bob Marley, and then a good chunk of it is piano music. I love piano music.
I'm there for it. That's amazing.
I have two regrets. When people ever ask me, like, what regrets do you have? I have two. I didn't learn a second language early enough in life, and I've never learned to play the piano.
So go learn to play the piano.
I gotta try.
It's never too late.
I know. I gotta try.
Get yourself a Casio and a YouTube video.
Yeah, it's just,
and that's a start.
The furthest I've gotten so far is I found some YouTube videos that specifically are teaching to people that have dyslexia. So like, it's super helpful. Because most of them use the music notes and I can't do it. I can't even read it. Like that was my problem in school. I played the clarinet and I played it well in school when I was a little kid, like when I was in 2nd and 3rd grade, and the nuns used to force me, like they wouldn't let me progress unless I could prove that I could read sheet music. And I was like, just play the song once and then I'll be able to play it. Like, just why do I got to read the sheet music? As long as I'm playing the damn song, isn't it fine? And they wouldn't let me do it. So I stopped playing an instrument. But that's why I stopped playing an instrument, because they were forcing me to read the sheet music.
I mean, I was a music major. That's
fantastic.
I played the flute, and I know the basic. I can read piano music because it's 2 different clefs. It's like one is bass clef, one is treble clef. My problem is that I learned how to play the flute first.
Yeah.
So using my brain to read 2 different things at once is very difficult. And so reading sheet music is not difficult. It's reading 2 lines of sheet music at the same time.
Yeah, well,
is what's difficult for me as a musician.
Level.
It's a whole nother thing, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, that's enough of nerdisms for Beth. I was also a Korean linguist in the Army. I've done a lot in life, and
that's so awesome.
We're gonna just have Beth on to interview her. We gotta start interviewing people in the fandom.
I have 2 awesome people that I enjoy that have played the flute. You and Lizzo.
Abby is playing the flute.
3.
Yep. In middle school band, she's already got it. She's already got her flute. We've picked it up.
Let's go. I'm here for it. That's awesome.
And so they tested the students, right? She wanted to do clarinet, and they had them do the thing, and they're like, "You did perfect on the flute." She's like, "Then I'm playing the flute."
I'm playing the flute.
And if you want to go top tier, then get her a piccolo as well.
So I don't know that I wanted her to have the flute yet, but
said, listen, you don't live in my house, so maybe not.
I have been there. I have been that person.
But here's the thing, because she was in 4th grade during playing times, we didn't have to go through the recorder for the 3rd time.
Oh, thank God.
Oh man, I hated the recorder so much.
I was like, "Oh, they're not going to do the recorder. Thank you, baby Jesus. If one good thing came out of the plague."
Now that I go back,
basically, the flute is a vertical recorder.
Right.
The
recorder is a vertical flute.
That's what I mean. The keys are almost the same. So she has a basic knowledge of the recorder. She is going to very easily be able to pick up. I'm just telling you, like,
it's fine.
Norman Garden, you're banned. No, you're banned, Norman Garden. I'm banning you.
Bad. Right, bad, Newman Garden. Bad.
I love you. It's amazing. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah. All so right. if you guys enjoyed this, go and check out. Make sure to go and follow Beth. Check out all her stuff. Absolutely amazing. I love Beth.
Go to Twitch right now. She's getting ready to play.
She's getting ready to play. She's going to play Star Wars. I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch.
You can watch my crazy facial expressions. Yeah. Apparently, Zach says I do that a lot. So
I can't wait to use your new emojis.
Oh yeah, I got a whole bunch of new emotes. I'm so excited.
Yes. And Beth will also be on Tavern Talk on Sunday with me and The Way of the Leaf and the lovely Jansen. And then we'll also be playing Third Age after that. So around, I say 9-ish o'clock on Sunday.
Eastern
time. Because it's when we start that when about 10 minutes after we finish the Tavern Talk, which is supposed to end at like 8:30.
7:30, 8:30. Right. I'm Central Time. So yeah.
8:30 Eastern. 8:30. But sometimes it goes long.
Like it did yesterday.
Yes.
We
started
anything with any of us going long.
I talked so much. I got muted last night. I got admin muted last night.
Did you?
Oh my God. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
All right.
I love all of you. We
I
will see
love
you
you
guys
guys.
later. Make sure to follow Beth and this channel, please.
Yes.
And comments. Let us know what you want us to watch next. We'll do it probably after season 2 because you know we only got so much time in between. But until next time,
Bye.
peace.